Hey class, and welcome to the long division tutorial. Why do I need you to know how to do long division? Well, if you need to split things up evenly, or figure out how much is in each group, you need to be able to divide, and if you don't have a calculator or a phone handy, you're going to have to do this on your own, and you just can't type it into a calculator. So, let's get into it. I put this acronym up here, Dracula must suck blood. Dracula must suck blood. That's a terrible accent. D stands for divide, M stands for multiply, S stands for subtract, and B stands for bring down. And these are the 4 steps you need to do over and over and over again in order to complete your long division. So let's just get right into I'm going to give you a basic problem to start off with. So 39 divided by 2. And so this means divide. I just don't have a divide button on a computer here. So I'm going to write it out. I'm going to use red pen just so that it's clear. So it also means how many times does 2 go into 39? So let's start this off here. So I'm going to first start off by dividing. 2, how many times does 2 go into 3? And the answer is 1. 2 times 1 is 2, and you can't go above it, right? Because 2 times 2 is 4, and it's above 3. So I can only go in 1 time on its own whole. Next, I'm going to multiply. Now I'm going to multiply these two numbers. 1 times 2 equals 2, and I'm writing my answer below it. I go from top to bottom a lot. I'm going to subtract. I'm going to subtract these two numbers here. 3 subtract 2 is 1. And I'm going to bring down this 9 right here. I'm going to start all over again, except this time I'm going to divide 2. How many times does 2 go into 19? I'm going from top, or from here to bottom. 2 goes into 19 9 times without going over. Multiply. 9 times 2, I'm writing my answer down here, is 18. I'm going to subtract next. S for subtract. 19 subtract 18 is 1. I have nothing left to bring down, so I don't need to do that, but I do have a remainder of 1. So the answer is 19 with 1 left over. Okay. I'll put another one up here, and it's a little bit trickier, but not much trickier. It's in the hundreds. Still dividing it only by a single divisor here. And so I start by writing it off. How many times does 5 go into 379? So 5 into 379. I'm going to use the same steps: divide, multiply, subtract, bring down here. So how many times, I'm going to do divide. How many times does 5 go into 3? I only go 1 digit at a time. I'm not going to go all the way through. I'm just going to go 3 first. 5 goes into 3. Well, it doesn't even actually go into it. 5's a greater number than 3. So it doesn't even go into 3. So I have to put a 0 down. I'll finish this off just to kind of show you the steps. 5 times 0 is 0, right? Any times 0 is 0. I'm going to subtract. 3 subtract 0 is 3, and I'm going to bring down the 7. I'm going to start all over again. Divide. How many times is 5? I'm going to go all the way down here, go into 37. 7 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 7 times. I'm going to multiply now. 7 times 5, what we just found out, is 35. I'm going to subtract. 37 subtract 35 is 2. And I'm going to bring down the 9 again. Going to start back over the top. Divide. How many times does 5 go into 29? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's 5 times. 5 times 5, we just said, is 25. Subtract 4, and we have nothing left to bring down, so we have 4 left over. So the answer is 75 times 4. 75 remainder 4. I'm getting ahead of myself there. We can also check by multiplying 75, right? This answer times that number. So 75 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 2 is 375. Well, not quite that answer yet, but we forgot about the remainder. We're going to add the remainder, plus 4, which is 379, and that checks out. Very fast, but hopefully you got something out of it. Long division.